Why did my new neighbor try to get me evicted for having too many Amazon packages delivered? So I work from home as a freelance graphic designer and order supplies online constantly. Art materials, printer paper, computer parts, photography equipment, you name it. Usually get 3 to 4 packages a day delivered to our apartment building, sometimes more during busy project weeks. My neighbor Marlene starts leaving passive-aggressive notes on my door about my excessive deliveries cluttering up the building. First note said, "Some of us have jobs and don't appreciate tripping over boxes all day." I laughed it off. My packages are always picked up within an hour of delivery, but Marlene escalates fast. She starts intercepting my packages and holding them hostage in her apartment, claiming they're blocking fire exits and creating safety hazards for other residents. When I knock on her door asking for my stuff, she makes me wait in the hallway while she lectures me about building policies and proper delivery etiquette. The third time this happens, I completely lose it. I tell her to stop stealing my mail, or I'm calling the postal inspector and filing a police report. She gets this absolutely crazy look in her eyes and threatens to report me to our landlord for running an illegal commercial business from my apartment. I think she's just bluffing to scare me until the next week when I come home to find my landlord, Mr. Cooper, waiting in the lobby with official paperwork. Marlene had sent him dozens of photos of my packages and convinced him I was seriously violating my lease by operating a commercial business without permission. He hands me a formal eviction notice, 30 days to vacate for multiple lease violations. I'm completely panicking because finding apartments in this city is absolutely impossible, and I've been living here 3 years with perfect rent payment history and zero complaints. But here's what Marlene didn't know. One of my biggest clients is actually Summit Properties, the company that owns our entire building. I design all their marketing materials, brochures, website graphics, social media content, everything. I've been working with them for over 2 years, and they love my work. I immediately called Hannah, my main contact at Summit, and explained the whole insane situation. She's completely shocked because Marlene had been filing formal complaints about multiple tenants for months. Noise violations, unauthorized pet complaints, parking issues, you name it. Hannah says they've been wondering why so many long-term, well-behaved residents were suddenly causing all these problems. Hannah decides to launch a full investigation into Marlene's complaints. She pulls security footage from the lobby cameras and finds something absolutely incredible. Marlene has been literally stealing packages from other residents too. The footage clearly shows her taking boxes addressed to at least 6 different people over the past month alone. Not only that, but Hannah discovers Marlene has been strategically targeting specific apartments, trying to get certain people evicted so her friends and family members could move into those units. She'd already gotten 2 families kicked out with completely fabricated complaints, and her nephew had mysteriously moved into one of the newly vacant units. The property manager calls an emergency meeting with the building owners. They review all of Marlene's complaints from the past 6 months and realize most were completely fabricated or wildly exaggerated. The noise violations came from apartments that were actually vacant during the alleged incidents. The unauthorized pet complaints were about registered service dogs she knew were legally protected. Not only did Summit drop my eviction notice immediately, they decided to evict Marlene instead for mail theft, tenant harassment, and filing multiple false reports. They also discovered she'd been illegally subletting her apartment to her nephew while claiming to live there herself and collecting rent from him. The best part? Summit was so grateful that I accidentally exposed Marlene's elaborate scheme that they offered me a permanent 25% rent discount to keep designing for them exclusively. They also asked me to document everything in detail for their legal case against her. Marlene had to move out within a week under threat of criminal prosecution. Last I heard, she's facing actual criminal charges for mail theft, and Summit is suing her for damages and lost rental income. Her nephew got kicked out too when they discovered the illegal subletting arrangement. Now I still get all my packages delivered right to my door every single day. My rent is significantly cheaper than before, and I have job security with Summit Properties. Sometimes karma really does work in the most mysterious and satisfying ways possible.